Spiritual Principles, Rabbi Michael-ben-Pesach, Portnaar. The 17th Spiritual Principle. Everything that we do not comprehend is impossible to call by its name. Please refer to the written materials for the text in Hebrew. From Tes, Talmud Eser Sfirot, Part 1. Know that all the names and definitions used, cited in the wisdom of Kabbalah, do not say anything, God forbid, about the essence of the Creator, but tell us only about the light spreading from the essence of the Creator himself. Not a word is said about the very essence of the Creator, and this is the principle. Everything that is not possible to comprehend is impossible to call by name. And remember this, and make no mistake. We have no insights into the light of Ein Sof, and if so, how can we know the name? For each name teaches us about the attainment that we comprehend in it. In accordance with its teachings, this name is determined. And this cannot be explained by the fact that the name Ein Sof teaches us only about the negation of insight. For if that were so, then why we did not call him with the name unknowable, for example? The fact is that this name teaches us of all the difference that exists between Ein Sof and all the worlds that are under it. For the aspect of contraction that was made after Ein Sof, here in every place where this forced contraction awakens, it reduces the light there, which is the end of that glow, and reaches its end. And therefore each end and completion, which is there in any luminescence and in each partsuf, is established only by the force of contraction. And moreover, because of the end and completion of this, all avayot, all forms of the four-letter name of the Creator, and their content, and all forms of changes that exist or may exist in the worlds. And since this aspect of contraction is not there in Ein Sof, therefore the aspects of end and completion are not used there, and therefore it is called the name Ein Sof, literally meaning no end. To teach us that there is absolutely no end and completion of the aspects there. And through this it is clear that the light is simple and uniform in one singularity, as one is connected with the other, as it is written. And it is known that in the essence of the Blessed One, a thought cannot comprehend him at all, and he has absolutely no name, but that can be comprehended. So how can we understand what the name teaches? What can be comprehended by the concept in the aspect of the name Ein Sof? What is the meaning of this comprehension? And therefore, of course, in every essence of the Blessed One, there is no name, and all names and nicknames are only in the light of the Blessed One, which is spread from them, as in the propagation of the light of the Blessed One before the Tzimtzum, that he filled the whole reality without limits and of no end, and it is called by the name Ein Sof, blessed be he, and no other name. In this regard, it is necessary to understand the aspect of light of infinity, blessed be he, determined for himself. He gave himself a definition, for there was no definition when he was by himself, prior to creation. And he came out of the common essence of the blessed and holy, in such a way, so then, how can we define him and give him a name? And now, when we have been rewarded with all that has been said above, it will be clear to us, at least a little, the essence of his unity, the Blessed One and the Great One, that his thought is not our thought, and all the multitudes of aspects and properties which are comprehended by all of us, in all this reality which is before us, all of this is united within him, the Blessed One, blessed be he, in one single plan, that is, in the plan of creation, in order to enjoy his creation. that a single thought surrounds all reality in complete unity before the final correction, for it is the whole purpose of creation, as was stated above. And the intention of creation is the act of creation, that is, as the force acting in the one who's experiencing this action. For the fact is that only his thought of the Blessed One will become an immutable law among all creatures, which necessarily obliges one to obey this law. And because his intention for us is to please us, and therefore to influence us with the necessity in this aspect, so that we can become the recipients of his goodness and abundance. And this is action that occurs following the immutable law that has taken root in us, the desire to receive pleasure. Then we are determined for ourselves by which name, specifically action, that we will act. Because of this change of, in a particular property, name, we leave the common state with the Creator and come to the state within the creation as a result of our action. And from the commonality of the current condition, we transit to the commonality of action within creation, as stated above. And it is because of this effort and work that the force acting in who is exposed to such movement and action, as mentioned above, increases the number of desires for receiving which are within us through the development of the worlds to an aspect of a separate body in our world that is in contrast to the properties of the life of lives, as it is not in his definition to receive, but only to give abundance outside of him completely, that it is not so that he would bring death to bodies and all kinds of suffering and toiling for the soul.